There is nothing quite like the Mosconi Cup. The rivalry between Team USA and the Europeans has taken this event to new levels, and as we prepare for the 22nd staging in Las Vegas, it promises to deliver once more. Europe have enjoyed the upper hand in recent encounters, but home advantage may yet turn the tide for an American team out for revenge. And when it comes to crossing the winning line, there's no better setting than Vegas, where the stakes are as high as ever. It's the 7th year that the Mosconi has been staged in Vegas, and the Tropicana will provide the backdrop for the Europeans and Americans to battle for one of the ultimate prizes in 9-ball. A year ago, Europe reigned supreme, the setting Blackpool, and one of the most electric atmospheres seen in 9-ball. The USA led the initial charge, taking an early lead, but by the end of day one, it was Europe who held a slight advantage. The narrowest of advantages was not to be relinquished throughout the 4 days at Blackpool. The USA briefly threatened, occasionally drew level, but Europe always found a way to surge ahead. By the third day, Europe looked like running away with the trophy, but the Americans held on to take it to a final session. In the end, the 11-5 scoreline was just reward for a determined and fired-up European side. In 2016, the Americans are gambling on the fact that the last time they won, it was here in Vegas. Shane Van Boening is the experienced player leading the charge. Corey Deuel, Mike Deschênes, Justin Bergman, and Skyler Woodward complete the lineup. For Europe, there are plenty of familiar names. Carl Boyes, Nick Vandenberg, Niels Fyen, Darren Appleton, and making his debut, Albin Ocean. The tournament format sees a mixture of singles, doubles, and team matches, and on day one, all 5 players from each team feature, and it's the team match that traditionally opens the Mosconi Cup. Each match is a race to 5. Over 1,000 fans are packed into the Tropicana, and the atmosphere is building as the teams are introduced.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Match number 1 in the Party Poker Mosconi Cup.
Time to join our commentary team of Jerry Forsyth and Jim White.
Yes, anticipation and excitement reign supreme. Europe has owned this event the last 5 years. Can USA make a dent in that stranglehold that Europe has had on the Mosconi Cup? Very happy to be joined by the lovely and eloquent Jerry Forsyth. Jerry, I've just got a feeling this year America's going to have a say.
They are going to have a say, Jim, and the energy in this room is unbelievable. It's leaking all the way into here. My heart is pounding out of my chest. I cannot wait to get this year started.
Niels Fyen, last year's MVP, front and center as would be expected. A full house here at the Tropicana. We're right on Las Vegas Boulevard, the corner of Tropicana and Las Vegas Boulevard.
Niels has been the MVP 3 of the last 4 years. So they are starting with strength on Team Europe. Skyler, well, he's a debutant here.
And so important, as we've already noted. This first match, so much pressure out there. The young Woodward, 22 years of age. As you've noted, Jerry making his debut here, and look at this for a leg. Just USA.
Good leg, Mr. Woodward. And this year we are using the standard break rule in 9-ball pool. You don't have to get 3 balls past the side pocket. All you've got to do is make a legal break. If you make a ball, you keep on shooting. If not, you sit down.
This is the first rack of the Mosconi Cup. Team USA.
The Prince of Pool at the table. Every man will be playing here on both sides. No chance to build up a rhythm here, Jerry.
No, you can't wait for your game to come to you. You've got to come to the table with your game. Now, he's made a ball, but I don't believe he's got an open shot. One ball went in the side pocket, but I think that 2 ball is kind of ugly.
Yeah, the players will have taken note, too, that cut break from Duel. He is the master of the break. If there's a way to get a ball off the break, Corey will find it. We're just pushing out here.
Option to Team Europe.
And just a little cluster at bottom left.
Yeah, I expect Niels to go for the safety here. Come back and bring that cue ball down where this 9-ball is in that little cluster.
Well, he's found cover behind the 6.
I don't know if Corey can see the edge of that ball or not.
No, he's going for the short cue, Jerry. That tells me he's going to be taking the cue ball airborne. Good containing shot from Niels.
All important, these early match safety battles. Whoever gets the first opportunity has a good chance of getting through the table. Although with that 4 and 5 clustered up together, this is going to be a little bit of a tough rack. He's going to break that cluster up.
Yeah, and have a look at where that 9 is now. All of a sudden, this 2, a key ball.
Yeah, that was not a good result for Team USA. That's the risk of a jump shot. You can't control that cue ball as well.
And the 4-9, should Niels knock this in, it should avail the 4-9 combination. Oh, that's perfect. What a great start. What a confident start from Europe.
And Europe draws the first blood in this year's Mosconi Cup. They lead our race to 5, 1-0.
Welcome back to Vegas for the 22nd staging of the Mosconi Cup. It's the USA against Europe, and this is the opening match in the tournament. It involves all 10 players as both teams battle to get the first points on the board.
Well, Europe always seems to bring support with them. And again, the one into the side.
Yes, come on. And he's got a shot on the 2 that may involve the 9-ball. He may be moving the 9-ball toward the other corner pocket here.
The Americans were introduced. It was all business on their faces. Europe a lot more relaxed. Well, they're the ones doing the business right now. Yeah, Jerry, that 9 will be tracking towards the bottom left corner.
It's available.
Oh, that's a bad shot.
Yeah, he's played a safety on himself. He cannot see the 3.
I thought he'd play it with a bit more conviction. That's not a good effort from Carl. He's going to have to kick at this. And he's going to have to kick at it with a bit of speed. Trust to luck a little.
You can see the cue ball just didn't have the gumption to get clear.
Extension, please. Thank you.
Well, that's how quickly it can turn, though.
Carl's coming into this event on a bit of a high. He came in second at the U.S. Open. Had a great performance there.
Needed that performance to secure the last spot available on Team Europe.
Get in.
Well, he's left it for Shane Van Boning. And has there been anybody on the planet more successful this year than the South Dakota kid?
No, he's won 7 major events this year. He has had a very hot hand all year.
Not a very good opening shot from Shane. Poor positional effort by anybody's standards. Again, you know, these players haven't had a chance to hit any balls on this match table. They've got practice tables set up in their rooms, but no practice table ever plays like the match table. Never has the pressure.
Well, they're both tough, but I think the odds favor the safety here. But Shane's not lacking in confidence.
Look out. Oh, what a shot. What a shot from Shane there.
Well, when he needs to come with a shot, Jim, he can do it.
Well, like you said, Jerry, he's not lacking in confidence.
Two balls away from drawing USA even. Look at the action on that ball.
And listen for the noise when this 9 goes down.
Oh, baby. Tied up 1-1. And the pressure mounts.
This is just what Team Europe wanted to avoid, getting the crowd into it. Massive support here for the American team.
The crowd has always been a huge 6th man in this event. This year that advantage goes to Team USA.
Great bank shot here on the 4. That was the key ball after position wasn't there. But in the end, Shane came good. Secured that rack for Team USA. Yeah, he is a force, Van Boning, and Team Europe know it. They've got to try and keep him quiet if they're going to have any success.
USA breaks.
And young Justin Bergman,
Tied 1-1.
his 2nd appearance in the Mosconi Cup. We were introduced to him last year in Blackpool. And you know he'll be better this year.
Boy, what a year he has had this year. He has had the hot hand all year long. He has really taken down giants one after another. However, this looks to be a dry break.
And for me, one of the real spark plugs for Team Europe as we see Bergman's break once again. No friends at the table on this occasion. But Darren Appleton a key component, as he's been the last number of years for Team Europe in the Mosconi Cup. If they're to prove successful here in Las Vegas, he'll play a major role, make no mistake.
Well, he's certainly got a path to get home. And like you say, Jim, this is one of the most powerful cue artists in the world.
Jerry, he's got a Bulldogs mentality at the table. He hates losing. And he seems to be able to lasso his emotions and focus himself every time he's at the table. Always a key component to being successful in this game.
He has such excellent visualization of where that cue ball is going to go, and he just trusts his arm to take him there, and it always does.
And you know, for me too, a lot like Shane Van Boening on Team USA, he expects to win.
He sure does. He expects to win every rack he faces. Fantastic attitude from this gentleman.
Extension, please.
He's playing for Team Europe. He now lives in Allentown, Pennsylvania, has for a few years now.
That was a good shot for Darren. That could have gone wrong. He had to travel with Whitey there. Negotiated the path between 6 and 7 to leave the 5.
He's just got to make sure that 7 ball doesn't get in his way on his way to the 6. No chance. He played that well. The 6 will go in the side, and he's got any pocket he wishes to choose for the 7. Look at that control.
I'll tell you what, that cue ball is doing his bidding. He's got it on a string. And again, I look at his facial expressions. There's no unforced movement. And that's always a sign of a man who's in complete control.
Well, that one came up short, but this is not a shot that's really going to challenge a man like Appleton.
Thank you.
Center of the pocket. What a performance. The dry break from Bergman. Appleton dishes up. 2-1 for Europe. And we'll be back.
Welcome back to the Mosconi Cup and the opening day. It's the first match of 5 in this session featuring both teams. The Americans took the opening rack, but Europe struck back, taking the next 2 in this best-of-5 match. Commentary from Jerry Forsyth and Jim White.
Nick Vandenberg to break them off.
The race to 5. A good break here for Vandenberg in Europe. Didn't hear anything, Jerry.
Not yet. We've got a ball toward. Oh, it's dry. This is the break. The Team USA must take advantage of.
Fireball, Mike Duchesne.
That one ball tried to hide in the side pocket, but it just couldn't get there.
Good effort, that one from Mike.
Yeah, he's got a problem with this shot, though.
Well, it looks like a combination, Jerry.
Yeah, he's got to control the path of that 2 ball, though. He's got to hit the right-hand side of the 5. Watch out. Good shot, Mr. Duchesne.
Perfect angle. Five in the same end of the table. Well, a little shake of the head. This looks pretty good to me. I just got to get back out towards the middle of the table. That'll avail the 6 next.
Well, this party should be over. He's just got to keep his focus now for 4 balls.
That was a good shot. That's where it could have gone wrong. Confidence boosting shot, that one for Duchesne. Boy, they're really staying on European heels, aren't they?
They're going to keep it tight. If they can get through this rack, they'll have the break in the next rack, and that is huge.
Saw from Darren Appleton. The dry break from Vandenberg, and Duchesne dishes up. 2-2. And that even gets Captain Mark Wilson out of his seat for a quick handshake. Terrific performance. Boy, if they get Mike Duchesne clicking on all cylinders, Team USA will be a force.
Skyler Woodward will be coming to the table for the next break, but first let's take another look at this combination that really set up the rest of the table.
Yeah, and then the 9 at the end. And look at the emotion. Does the Mosconi Cup mean anything? Just look at these guys. It's been nothing but slim pickings for the last 5 years for Team USA. But as we've noted, the last time they won, it was here in Las Vegas 6 years ago. Back then, Dennis Hatch, he was the MVP for Team USA. Niels remembers it. They don't want to relive those memories. And our first look at young Skyler Woodward making his debut here for Team USA.
So important that he make a ball here on this break and get a shot on the lowest numbered ball left on the table. This is a huge moment.
Very confident young man. There were a lot of happy people when Skyler made his way onto this side. Once again, nothing finds gravity, but doesn't look like anything easy here. Albin Ocean, former world #1, making his first appearance in the Mosconi Cup for Team Europe.
Yeah, Albin's had a great past couple of years. He's no longer just known as Jasmine's brother. Tied Skyler up. Wow, advantage Europe at the moment.
Marcus Chamat, Napoleon, plenty of experience as a player representing Team Europe. This is first year as the non-playing team captain.
This is going to give ball in hand to Team Europe.
Foul, no legal contact. Ball in hand, Europe.
And Albin will quickly have a look around the table. There doesn't look to be any problem areas, Jerry. Everything's available. It's just a matter of controlling that cue ball. Two and three will be played into the same pocket. I'd like to have just followed through a little bit more.
Yeah, you would have liked to have had a little less angle, but
yeah, a little straighter on the one.
I still don't see a big problem. He can kill this just like that.
In his mind, thinking 3 shots ahead right now. He's looking from the 3 to the 4. Leaves himself a nice angle. But the important shot will be leaving the angle from the 4 to get up table for the 5. Albin just weighing up exactly how he wants to do that.
Love the way Albin Ocean delivers the cue through the cue stick through the ball. He does a great job. He's had some fantastic coaching throughout his life.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about this shot, Jerry. I heard one person say good shot. This looks real straight to me. He needed a bit of angle. And if he's dead straight, he's going to have to come with something pretty special to get that cue ball up table for the 5.
Extension, please.
Well, he's going to take a little while to study it. He has a bit of a two-way shot if he banks it, but that's risky.
Yeah, forced it in. Probably played that as well as he could, and his work is still tough.
He does have some traveling to do with that cue ball.
Albin's teammates have a lot of confidence in him. Oh, well, that one certainly wiped its feet. But thankfully for European fans, it went in.
Again, this shot is nothing spectacular, but the position is critical.
Sure, Albin.
Nice work.
You know, one thing for me in all the past years that has set the Europeans aside from Team USA is just how sound fundamentally they all were. You just see how straight they deliver that cue.
Yes, Albin.
Their technique is perfect, and that always stands up under pressure. And folks, there's no pressure like the Mosconi Cup.
And this is all due to that first safety that Albin played that wound up with him getting ball in hand to take the mark. 3-2.
Welcome back to Vegas and the Mosconi Cup. It's the opening match on day 1. Europe ahead by 1 in this race to 5. Commentary comes from Jim White and Jerry Forsythe.
Young Albin making his debut here for Team Europe, former world #1, and he passes the baton over to the Terminator, Niels Feyen.
Key rack at the end of this one. Europe will either lead 4-2 or will be tied at 3. Huge difference there, of course.
Yeah, successful break though for Niels. The 1 straight into the side. That seems to be the target ball and the target pocket. When they're pulling that cue ball over to the side, Jerry, they're targeting that 1 into the side.
Well, the easiest pocket, the side pocket, is blocked. So the 2 ball is going to have to go all the way up table into the corner unless there's enough room there for him to slide through. Maybe there is.
Yeah, but how does he get positioned to the 3?
Oh, yeah.
Stop the clock, please.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Referee Ken Schumann, a familiar face. And the tie. That's Niels is helping him with that orange tie. Don't want to. He might get that 3 out into the open if he's not careful.
You know, on that 3 ball, if he does not have a shot, he's got a very deadly safety that he can play.
Well, he's got a little extra time to think about it. He has, as he has Kenny just cleaning the cue ball.
Resume the clock.
But I'm with you, Jerry. Can't really see how he can get position. This is all about knocking the 2 in and securing momentum. And so here we go. The safety comes now.
He's going to marry that cue ball up against the 8. And if he does that, he'll take all the angles away. Well, now he's left at least a chance to hit this ball.
Well, they're clenching fists, so he hasn't left a lot of space. Corey just going back for his short cue, I believe. So he's got to jump over the edge of the 8.
Yeah, I think he just has to pop it.
Or did he grab his break cue, Jerry? He might have his break cue with a hard tip, the phenolic tip. Because he's just going over the edge of the 8 here.
Oh, but it's so hard to control the cue ball when you're doing this.
No, I agree. This is fraught with danger, this.
It's a good hit. That worked out very well.
Yeah, the crowd will let you know what they think of that shot. And Niels is going to have to kick at this. But a lot of good things can happen if he hits this. But it's a tough hit. Ball in hand for Corey Deuel and Team USA.
Foul and legal contact. USA has cue ball in hand.
Combination shot first. The 7 will disappear into the corner. And then the 3 will follow it, but he's going to have to draw back on this shot. Found a way to spin around. He found an angle where there wasn't one, and Corey is famous for that.
Yeah, Niels just failing to escape that snooker. And now one more good shot from Corey, just back through the middle. Availing the 5.
We'd love to have that cue ball in the center of the table when he finishes this shot.
That's a bad miss. That is a costly miss, and Deuel knows it.
Well, as we mentioned at the beginning of the rack, this is a huge rack. And that was a lethal mistake from Mr. Deuel.
And Niels Fine would like to help him remember it. Oh, he might have overhit this.
He did overhit it, Jim. He's got to come with one heck of a shot here.
Not frozen.
Well, he's got to try and get that 8 ball to the bottom cushion.
Thank you.
Put a little distance between the cue ball and that 8, and just get it to nestle onto that bottom cushion, because he's bringing Deuel back out of his chair.
Yeah, cue ball to the head cushion, 8 ball to the foot cushion. Maybe the 9 ball gets in the way.
That's not a good shot.
That's not what he wanted.
And what a let-off for Corey Duell. Well, that's the pressure of the Mosconi Cup, front and center.
How quickly the worm turns.
Hand in hand, they're going to the finish line. Europe and USA. Nothing between these two sides, but unforced errors that time for both Niels and Corey. In the end, the Americans with the last shout.
Just imagine the pressure on every player that comes to the table now. It's a race to 2.
Rack number 7. Team USA breaks. The match is tied at 3.
Look at that, a full house here on day 1.
One ball's down.
So's the cue ball.
So's the cue ball.
Just feathered into that side pocket. Touch of misfortune there for the American side and Van Boning. But there will be no sympathy cards from Carl Boys.
No, and Carl loves this atmosphere. This is Carl Boy's kind of pool.
Last man to secure a spot on Team Europe in the Mosconi Cup this year. As you said, Jerry, a runner-up in the recently played U.S. Open.
Just has to avoid the 8 ball here on his trip down table. Well, he's not getting anywhere close to it. Okay.
He can just stop the cue ball dead here. That'll leave the 6 into the side. Box office boys. His hometown of Blackpool. We played there last year. Ton of support. I know Carl's mom is in attendance here. His wife Lynette back home watching with the kids.
He has to make a bad mistake to be stopped here.
A full year these guys have waited for the Mosconi Cup, preparing, trying to secure their berth, and all of a sudden it comes. Doesn't want to be too straight. And it looks like he's got a nice angle here on the 8.
He's got everything he needs.
Please double check your phones, everybody. One last time, thank you.
Oh boy, Jimmy, he's left himself a bit of a tester. Although Carl's a sharp shooting young man.
Big shot and a bigger moment. Gets it. And Europe staying just in front. 4-3, they arrive to the hill. It'll be down to Team USA to try and prolong this match. They've got the experience. Their average age just a little more than the American side.
Thank you very much, everybody. This is rack number 8. Team Europe is breaking.
Looking to secure one more rack in Europe's first point.
So far, nothing's down.
And is there a chance at the one?
I don't think so. It's a dry break, but it's a great leave. Of course, Justin does have the option to push, and it's what he's called. He's called to push. The player who makes the push is at a disadvantage, because if it's not a good shot that he leaves, he can get it right back.
He's looking down table to see where to push to.
Europe's option.
Well, let's get a chance at safe here. He's left a full one available. There's the definition of safe. Great shot from Appleton there.
That was pretty. Beautiful shot.
Justin's going to have to kick at this. This is a tough hit, Jerry.
This is a very tough hit. All the great easy angles are taken. There are blockers in the way.
Yeah, he's got to spin that cue ball. Very tough to judge here. Loaded up with a lot of left-hand side. Not nearly enough. Ball in hand for Appleton. And everything's in the open.
Foul, illegal contact, ball in hand to Europe.
And Mark Wilson looks on. Is he seeing the first point go to Europe? It's looking that way.
Well, they need a mistake from Appleton, and Appleton is not in the habit of making a lot of mistakes on the table.
Great chance here for Appleton. And all the anticipation on the European side as they edge closer to the end of their chairs. Will it be high fives, or will USA prolong this match?
Really looking forward to the position that he plays on the 6 ball, because that 9 ball could impede the path of his cue ball after that shot. So going to be interested to see how he plays that.
He's got choices here, even from the 4 to the 5. 4 into the side. He could even play it into the corner. Just his preference here.
He takes it to the side.
In this angle, Jerry will tell us how he'll attack.
Oh, he's got to be shooting over a ball now. He did not want that at all. He doesn't have a whole cue ball to work with, and the back end of his cue is going to be jacked up.
A glimmer of hope for Team USA here. Yeah, this is tough.
Very.
And that glimmer of hope just turned into a ray of sunshine, Jerry. What a miss from Darren Appleton.
All due to a bit of a sloppy position shot. And now Justin, all he has to do is concentrate on making this ball, because the cue ball is going to come out 2 rails right in line with the 6 ball. It's all there for the taking.
Never easy.
Needs to just get past center table for an easy position shot on the 9 off the 8. He's there, Jim.
It's going right down to the wire. And why would we have expected it to be any different?
Settle down. Quiet, please. Thank you.
USA still alive and kicking in this first match. The all-important ninth and deciding rack for the first point in the 2015 Mosconi Cup.
The man with the most powerful break in the game is at the table, Mike DeShane. This man can tear them apart.
USA breaks. Final round.
Although the speed of the break is determined by what you're trying to do with that one ball, and he was trying to put it in the side. Instead, it goes in the corner along with a couple of other balls. He's playing 6-ball.
Terrific break for the Americans. And what a time for it.
Mike DeShane, I saw him hit a 36-mile-an-hour break shot. Most pros hit around 23, 24 miles an hour. When he wants to come with it, he can really come with it. Oh, no. He's fluked it in. He stays at the table. It doesn't matter how it goes in as long as it goes in.
Yeah, but that's not going to do his confidence any good, Jerry. His shoulder dropped there. That was pressure, pure and simple.
Oh, this is going to get tough.
Never even threatened the corner pocket, but he was delighted to see it drop in the other.
All right. Stop the clock temporarily, please. Ladies and gentlemen, no flash photography. Right in the player's face.
Our head
please,
referee Ken Schumann, along with Nigel Reese, our other head referee, installed this year to oversee proceedings. Just letting everybody know
okay, resume the clock. Thank you,
the respect these players command.
Mike DeShane's going to take a while to study this one. He's already called for his extension, so he has a minute to complete this shot. Speed is so critical here.
What a shot from DeShane there.
Yeah, he just keeps escaping death. We've seen some rough position shots getting onto that 9-ball. And there's another. It's a long way away.
What a big shot for Fireball Mike DeShane here.
Right, please.
The crowd will let you know what happened.
Thank you.
And he has no extension to use now. He's got to get this off in the next 20 seconds.
And it's Team USA securing the first point in the Mosconi Cup. What a comeback. Emotions, everything front and center. Team USA won. America off the mark. 1-0 over Team Europe. The race to 11 is alight.
There's our victorious team with a great big lift in their hearts now. It's always great to be the first one off the mark.
Relief for Team USA as the host nation takes the opening point in this year's Mosconi Cup. Coming next, the first doubles match of this year's event, featuring two veterans, Corey Deuel and Mike DeShane. They will be taking on European stars Carl Boys and Nick Vandenberg as both sides battle for transatlantic glory in the Party Poker Mosconi Cup of 2015.